let's talk about planning your first solo trip, Black Woman Edition, okay? Because the way that we move is gonna look a lot different than how other people move because let's face it, we're Black people, and sometimes we're a target for many things. But I'm here to show you that it's possible because I'm here in Belize right now in my beautiful 2-bedroom hotel, okay? They upgraded me because I'm gonna tell y'all why, but they upgraded me and I want more Black women to experience this. Like, I don't want us to wait for other people to travel. Granted, take the girls trips, take the bae trips, but sometimes you wanna just get up and go. And that is what this video is gonna be about. I'm gonna give you some tips to, planning your first solo trip or things to keep in mind as you take your first solo trip. Or if you're just brand new and you're like, I've been wanting to do this, but I don't really know where to start, then you landed in the right place because we're gonna talk about planning 5 tips that'll help you get started with planning your first solo trip. Again, Black Woman Edition, because we just have to keep our head on a swivel, whether we in the States or not. So before we get into it, I'd like to introduce myself if you are new here or if you're returning. Hey girl, hey. My name is Jocelyn and I'm the founder of Maximize Money, where I teach 9-to-5 earning Black women how to create their dream lives and live their dream lives with the 9-to-5 income that they already have. A lot of times we feel like we have to wait to have a bunch of money. We have to wait till we get to this point, till we get to that point. And I'm here to tell you, baby, I'm in Belize right now for my birthday. Alone, living my best absolute life. I've been here for 10 days and I've loved it, but I am low-key ready to go home. I'm just ready to get back into my routine, you feel me? But I'm already thinking about where I want to head next. And I love solo traveling. This isn't my first time, and I hope by the end of this video, you're empowered to, get started with your solo traveling journey as well. So let's talk about planning your first solo trip, Black Woman Edition. So the first thing I want you to do is do some research, y'all. And I forgot to let y'all know, I got a little rum and pineapple. Wrapping up the trip, gotta get rid of my little bottle that I got. So the first thing I want you to do when it comes to planning your first solo trip as a Black Woman Edition, is to do your research. Research. You can never do enough research. But when it gets to the point where you talk yourself out of it, maybe that's too much research. And the things that I like to use for research purposes are YouTube. You're on YouTube right now. I love to watch other people's vlogs and get an idea of how the experience is for them. I always look for Black women, sometimes Black men as well, but I feel like Black women also have to think a little differently than Black men, because a man is a man at the end of the day and a woman is a woman, but a Black woman is completely different. And so I like to watch people's vlogs, specifically the solo travelers, because if it's something that I want to do as a solo traveler, then I need to know that they had a good experience and that I will have a good experience. And I just feel like I could watch a group trip, a girls trip. If you want to do a girls trip, you could watch the girls trips vlogs, but for me, I be needing, you feel me, the specifics. I be needing to know that somebody who looks like me was out there and they felt safe, they felt covered, they felt protected. So I use YouTube vlogs. I think that's my primary one. I'll just go to the little search tab, type in some words. For this Belize, I did, Belize Black woman solo travel, or Belize solo travel Black woman. Like, just use a few different keywords and things will pop up, I'm telling you. One of the vlogs that really helped me with this one to really, ease my mind, because I had never been to Belize, was Solo Traveler Bae. I think that's her name on here. I watched a few of her vlogs and she had a really good experience. I was like, okay, cool. Like, she moved how I move. I think I'll be okay. And I've been okay. I felt safe here and protected the whole time. Other things that I use are TikTok, same kind of thing with keywords. The thing about TikTok and even YouTube sometimes is that you sometimes get people's advertised experience. Sometimes companies are paying them. Anything you see on my channel, ain't nobody, I shouldn't say that. For none of my brand related trips, any kind of trips that I've taken, nobody has paid me for those. That's what I should say, because Marcus by Goldman Sachs, I do get a little cut. Funrise, I do get a little cut, but I'm also a customer. I was a customer for a long time before I got a little cut of anybody that I referred to them. So anything you see on me, baby, I paid. Any trips you see on my channel, any dinners you see on my channel so far in August of 2024, I paid for. So nobody is paying me to give you a biased opinion. And I think sometimes when you look at certain vlogs, especially if they're big YouTubers, big TikTokers, sometimes brands pay them, you know, and no shade, because one day I'm gonna have some brand trips. You know, these brands gonna be paying me to come to Belize to show y'all Belize. But for now, I'm funding these trips myself, and so you're getting an unbiased opinion. So take the things that you see with a grain of salt, and if they say that it's sponsored or if they say that it's a brand trip, again, no shade. Watch them still, but know that there's often some money that was exchanged for them to say some of these things. But for me, again, as of August 2024, ain't nobody paying for my trips. I'm paying my own money. So if I don't like something, I'm gonna tell you, okay? You could decide what you wanna do with that information. So research, again, specifically the solo Black woman's experience in these places that you wanna go. So usually the country name or the city name, because you don't have to leave the States. I just prefer to leave the States. I just prefer it, but you don't have to do that. So research. I'm also a part of different like solo traveling groups. I like to go in there, plug in some words, see what people got to say. That has helped me a lot as well. So that's point one. Point two, when it comes to planning your, first solo trip as a Black woman, is to lie specifically about being alone. So I've been here for 10 days. I told y'all I'm in Belize. I've been here for 10 days. Wonderful, except for these bugs. And I'm dressed because I'm about to go to the beach. I'm gonna show y'all my outfit. Or you likely can watch my Belize vlog, baby. I'm gonna pop it up on the screen somewhere. I'm going to the secret beach again for the third freaking time. Anyway, I have met so many amazing people. The beauty of solo traveling is I feel like people naturally gravitate towards you. And look at me, let me put this down. People naturally gravitate toward you. And they're just intrigued to see you by yourself. But the thing about me is I go off people's energy. So the very first day that I got here, I met this guy. He was a little older, very nice. Like, I didn't feel at harm or anything, but I was there listening to my friend's friend play music. You know, he's a man of many jobs, okay? And so I'm sitting there listening, vibing, having my little mojito, just enjoying the night, first night in Belize. And this group of other Black folks was at the bar with me, and they were apparently a part of like a Black scuba diving crew. I was like, that's so dope. And so one of the guys came and sat next to me. He was like, hey, are you here by yourself? I was like, oh no, like my sister's in the room. Like, I don't need you to know that I'm here by myself. I was like, she's not feeling too well. Like, girl, I had just made up a bunch of stuff because not that his energy was off, but I'm always wary of telling men that I'm by myself. Unless they're by themselves, because then I think it's a little different. But I just feel like for him, I didn't need him to know that I was by myself. I needed him to know that somebody was in the room waiting for me, my unofficial sister who ain't here. But I ended up sitting there and talking to him the whole night. I'm still listening to my friend play. He was super cool. But the next day, and then I'm like, thank you so much. He bought me drinks and stuff for my birthday. I had my little birthday crown on. And yeah, he walked me to my little golf cart, gave me a hug, wished me happy birthday. We talked a lot about life that night. And he was a business owner, so he was like, I wish you the best. I know you got what it takes just off this, hour or two that I sat here and talked with you. Like, I wish God's best for you in this new year. And I was like, thank you so much. I received that. Boom, boom, pow. We talked about a lot. He was actually very nice. I should have got his information. Not to be with him, because he's like, I want to say he was in his 60s. Anyway, just as a mentor, I feel like those are the kind of people I love meeting. Like, yeah, you have these 3 businesses, these 3 homes. Tell me more. I want to do that one day. Because you're here for weeks in Belize, just scuba diving for fun. I think that's amazing. Black man, Black people scuba diving in Belize, and they going to Africa next year. I think it's amazing. So yeah, with him though, I was like, no, my sister's here, just because I needed to make sure he know I was protected, okay? And I'm protected, period, because God is always surrounding me. But don't be afraid to lie sometimes, okay? Because the next day, I ended up meeting some homegirls from Philly. If they watching this, hey y'all. I was at another little restaurant eating my little tacos, having me another drink. And they came in and they was hella cool. And they're like, hey girl, like just on some chill vibes. And that's what I love about Black women, baby. We gon' connect, okay? Don't matter where we at. It's a hey girl, hey, always. And so I'm sitting here at the bar. They're like, you here by yourself? And I was like, yeah, it's my birthday. And they were like, girl, you about to be kicking it with us the whole time. And we literally hung out the whole time they were here. They were so cool. And so for me, I felt like, okay, they on some chill shit. They hella cool. Like, I feel okay letting them know. Because one of the girls was also celebrating her birthday. So we really was just one big happy family that whole time. So I say that to say, use your brain, use your discernment, use your intuition. You'll know when to share certain things with people, and don't overshare. I think that's another thing. Like sometimes when we drink, we overshare and we end up sharing stuff that other folks don't need to know. Okay? Do not be that person. Do not tell them where you stand. Do not tell them. Don't tell them too much. That's not their business, you know? But as you get more comfortable with people, like the girls knew where I was staying because we was, you know, meeting up and stuff. But the guy, I think I told him I was staying at another hotel that I'm now staying at right now. But I was really at an Airbnb when I first met him because I hopped around to different places. And if you want to learn more about, you know, hotels versus Airbnbs as a solo traveler, hopefully that vlog is posted. If it is, I'll put it on the screen. If not, then just subscribe, baby, and I'll show you. Like, comment, subscribe, period, because I'm trying to get the 1K before the end of this year. And if you love me, baby, help me do it sooner, not December, baby. I'd love to do it by October if possible. But yes, that was point 2, is to lie about being alone, because it does help, and it just keeps you protected, because you don't want people plotting and scheming on you. You feel me? Point 3 is when it comes to planning your first solo trip, Black Woman Edition, or planning your first solo trip, period, is to, you know, think about whatever you have saved, double it. Whatever you have planned to save, baby, double it, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna give you some real life experiences over these 10 days that I've been here in Belize. Point 1, I have hopped around to 2 different places in Belize. I'm currently in San Pedro. I went to Hopkins, right? Hopkins is the country, you know, the countryside. It's not the countryside, but it's like the mainland, and it's vegetation everywhere. That has nothing to do with the story, but essentially it's a different part of Belize. There's not much content on Hopkins. It's a little hidden gem in my opinion. I wish I could have stayed there another day, but that's neither here nor there. Essentially, it's a place off the beaten path is what I'm trying to say, versus San Pedro, which is very well known. It's very touristy friendly. Like, it's just, even though Hopkins is too, let me not throw shade. Hopkins is super easy to maneuver, but it's not as well known. So because of that, there's not as many resources there as there are in San Pedro, you know? So I get there and I'm coordinating with my lady who's on the ground. She's from Hopkins, born and raised. Garifuna lady, shout out to you, Kanima, if you're watching this. She's been coordinating with me for weeks, okay? for weeks. And I'm like, okay, how do I get there again from San Pedro? She was like, you fly, or you could just take the bus with the locals. And she was like, it's air conditioned, boom, boom, boom. That ain't got nothing to do with the story. So I get there, I get on the bus, and I'm like, hey, I'm on the way. So I'm letting the guy know the way that the bus runs. It's like a little local bus, but it's air conditioned. It's they got plugs. Like, it's like a mega bus. Like a Von. A lot of y'all probably don't know what Von Lane is. It's like a better mega bus, is what I'm trying to say. If you know what Von Lane is, it's like a Von Lane without them giving you snacks. Von Lane give you snacks. So I'm on the bus, and I'm like, okay, this is a 4-hour ride. Jesus Christ. But sure, they got plugs. My phone is working a little bit, but I got Netflix. I got my book. I'm reading my book. I'm letting the time pass. But every time the guy who's collecting the money is walking back and forth, I'm like, hey, bruh, let me know when we make it to Hopkins. How much longer do we got? Like, I'm asking him every time he walks down the aisle because I don't want to miss my freaking stop. He was like, oh no, like, we good. I'm gonna let you, he didn't say these words, but you know. So I'm still tracking on my map, okay? Because I downloaded, that's another tip. Pro tip, download Google Maps offline for wherever you're going. You can do this. Download Google Translate, especially if you're going to a place that doesn't speak English. If you speak English and that's all you can speak, baby, download Google Translate offline. Download a currency app if there's a different currency app. I haven't had to use it here because Belize is 2 to 1. So anything that's $2 Belize is $1 USD basically. So I don't really need the currency converter. But in Mexico with them pesos, Colombia with them pesos, Jamaica with them, what's Jamaican money? JMD. I needed the converter, okay? Here, just cut the money in half. If it's 20, that means it's 10, USD. So those are some side tips. I should have put that on my list. Sorry, y'all. That's the point of watching the whole video, okay? So like, comment, and subscribe if this is helping you. So yeah, we get to Hopkins according to my little Google map that I downloaded offline. So whether I got service or not, I can see what's going on. I can see where we at because I have all of Belize downloaded offline. Even places that I never made it to, okay? So I'm like, sir, are you sure? Because I'm looking at my map and it looks like we're about 14 minutes away. And I knew that I needed to take a taxi from where they drop you off on the bus to my hotel. It was a good 10, 15 minutes. He's like, no, it'll be another 45 minutes. And I'm like, that don't sound right, but who are me, an American, to question this Belizean man? So I was like, okay, I just settled back in my seat. And lo and behold, we make it to the last stop, Independence, Belize. This is an hour and some change away from Hopkins. And he's like, all right, y'all, everybody off. And I'm like, what? Like, no, I'm not even at my place yet. He was like, yeah, this is the last stop. I was like, no, I told you I was going to Hopkins. He was like, we were in Hopkins over an hour ago. I said, well, why the fuck am I still on this damn bus? I told you that's where I wanted to go. Like, what do you mean? I was just so upset. And so then I had to get off my nice air-conditioned, plugs everywhere bus to get on a China bus, okay? Ain't no air. It's giving rundown school bus, okay? The school bus that we used to, the little yellow bus, worse, okay? And I'm like, ugh, now I have to spend more money. Granted, it was only $6. But like, if I didn't have additional money, I would have been SOL, because they're not taking cards. They're not taking Cash App. I needed money, and thankfully I had it. That was one experience. I'm sorry, I had 3 experiences. 2, this has all happened within the last 10 days. Second experience is I finally make it back off that little roach coach to Hopkins, over an hour away. I get to, and I ask my lady, I'm like, hey, I give her the whole backstory. She's like, damn, I'm so sorry. Like, but you'll be here before you know it. Let me know when you make it. She was like, there'll be taxis out there. So I get off my little roach coach, and there's only one taxi guy. And I mean, it's probably, 5 p.m., 4 p.m.? I'm like, where's everybody else? Because I like to have options. So this one taxi guy's there. Ugh, I'm not recommending him. He's not in my itinerary. He's not in my Belize itinerary because he jipped me. So I'm like, hey, and I asked my lady, like, how much is a taxi from here to my hotel? And she was like, it's 40 BZ. I said, that's kind of, for a 10, 15 minute ride? She was like, yeah, girl, I don't know, she didn't say this, but she was like, yeah, it is kind of expensive. I'm like, okay, at least I have that in the back of my mind. So I know if they ask for anything more, you're not gonna play. So I'm like, okay, hey, I'm going to insert hotel. And I don't say the hotels because they're all in my itinerary, baby. Grab the itinerary, link in the description. It's a full Belize, solo traveling, Black woman friendly edition. Everything that's in there has been vetted by me. And again, this is unbiased. These are all things that I've spent my hard-earned money on, okay? These are personal connections I built, whether I stayed there, I ate there, I went on this excursion, like everything is vetted by me. I even included the places that I didn't like, just so that you can decide whether or not you want to go to them. But I won't be returning to the places, and I detail why, all in the itinerary, baby, link in the description. So I get to him, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to this hotel. He's like, okay, that's 45 BZ. I said, that's too much money to go 10, 15 minutes. It should be 40. He was like, okay, for you? That's the thing. For you, 40. I said, yeah, for me, 40, nigga. I'm like, no. So lo and behold, I get to the hotel. Beautiful, baby. I think that was my favorite place. Out of the 4 places I stayed out here, that's my favorite place. Now that I've been here to all 4, granted, I love this 2-bedroom hotel, okay? And it's just me. Shout out to God. But that was my favorite place for sure. Like, I would definitely go back there. They're my favorite place. So if you ever decide to go to Hopkins, you'll know to stay there, or there's many other hotels. But again, I only vouch for the places that I've been, but I did include another option in the hotel as well, that the homegirls that I met, shout out to Eunice and Natasha if you're watching this, they stayed there and they had a really good experience too. So I included them only because they vouched for it. But anyway, back to the story. So I get to the hotel, meet the little receptionist lady, beautiful woman. Belize women are beautiful, okay? I'm like, this why all y'all pregnant. It's hella pregnant women out here, okay? So I get there. And I'm like, hey girl, how much would a taxi be from, where I was getting picked up at to my hotel. She was like, 2025 BZ. I said, that's what I thought. Because that's only $12, which made more sense. But I'm like, damn, that man gypped me. And I was going to use him to go back to get on the bus. I did not. And I saw him when I got back to the bus, but I asked her for her personal recommendation. And so she gave me a personal recommendation. Baby tried to charge me 25. I said, how about 20? 20 BZ. He said, for you, 20. And so I got his number. His information is linked in my description. I said, anybody who do good business, you going in my itinerary because I want you to get more money. My girls trust my recommendations. I'm a solo traveler. I'm well connected. If it's not my friends, it's my money girls. If it's not my money girls, it's somebody in my community that's going to be interested in coming to Hopkins or coming to San Pedro. And I want to give them good business. So everybody in my itinerary gave good business. I can personally vouch for them. And they'll give you the rates that they gave me, okay? I'm going to make sure you're taken care of. And if you're not, you be sure to let me know because I'll get on their tail. That's situation 2. Situation 3 is when I got back to San Pedro. So I had to get on the bus from Hopkins to Belize City. I got to connect for you if you're in Belize City. If you want to take the water taxi to San Pedro or anywhere else in Belize, I got to connect for you. His information's in my description as well. He's going to take care of you. He took me to get something to eat. Like, he cool. I recommend him. So I got to contact him in San Pedro. I got to contact in Belize City. I got to contact St. Hopkins. I got you, baby. All the information is in the itinerary. You ain't got to overthink. You ain't got to stress. You can know that you're taken care of whether you're traveling solo or not. So I get back. He picks me up from the bus, takes me to get something to eat because I like to eat. I've been on the road for 4 hours. I'm hungry because the last time when he dropped me off, I was like, where can I get something to eat? He was like, we just left food. He was like, okay, what's the market next to the bus terminal? Like, just go get some food there. But on the way back, I said, don't have me out here starving. So he was like, I'm going to make sure Jocelyn is taken care of. I'm going to take you to get something to eat because we had some time to kill. So we go get food. So all that works out. I go get food. We eat. Actually, we take the food to go. We had some drinks. Well, I had a drink because he don't drink on the job. And that's what's up because maybe I work from home. I would definitely drink on the job. But I'm not saving lives here. I'm not transporting lives. This man runs a taxi business, so he's saving lives. So yes, get on the water taxi. Everything's fine. I get here, link up with my guy who I initially recommended. I don't recommend him, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. So I get here, already paid my golf cart money. So I assume $225 for the week, plus the extra 2 days that I have in San Pedro because I'm flying out of San Pedro to Belize City, back to Houston. So I'm filling out all the paperwork again, thinking this is just for liabilities. He was like, okay, that'll be $80. What? I've already paid you $225. Why do I have to pay more? I'm like, I already paid you. He was like, oh no, that was for the week. I said, that don't sound right. We've never discussed any additional money. The way that we communicated via WhatsApp made it seem that $225 is the all-in price. And you even were like, it was more, but I'm giving you a discount. He said, yeah. So then he started running through all the messages. I'm like, I call bullshit. So I call my connect on the ground. Shout out to Donovan for connecting me with him. Like, I call him. I'm calling him because I'm like, this is some bullshit. And I need somebody who's Belizean to vouch for me and make sure I'm not tripping. But he's busy. This man got hella jobs. He's Jamaican low-key, even though he's Belizean. He got hella jobs. So he didn't call me back until I made it to my hotel. And I give him the little rundown. He was like, damn, that sucks. I'm so sorry. I was like, I wish you would have just let me handle the golf cart, handle any of your accommodations. Well, he was like, accommodations you book, because I can tell you about getting your points. Because I started explaining to him how I got here. My flight was free. He was like, damn, that's what's like. He was like, okay, I like that. But he was like, I could have handled any other things that you needed, like golf cart, restaurant recommendations, like I could have handled that for you. And I was like, I didn't know that, even though I think Donovan told me to let him handle it. Lesson learned. So again, his information is if you're gonna be in, he's like your catch-all. It's like your man on the ground who is Belizean, who knows the lay of the land in Hopkins. He knows the lay of the land in Belize City. He knows the lay of the land in San Pedro. So his information is also going to be in my itinerary. And I told him, I was like, hey, I'm going to include your information. He knows about my YouTube channel. He knows about everything. He was like, yeah, like, I'm happy to help. Make sure everybody's good while they're here. So his info is linked Even when I landed, he took me all around, took me to Secret Beach, told me the restaurants that he liked, boom, boom, pow. So I got you. And he was like, yeah, like next time when you come, or if you send any other people, tell them to go through me. Like you know me now, you know that I'm not out here robbing people. Like I just want to make sure people aren't being taken advantage of, because as tourists, especially when they hear your accents, like they take advantage. And I'm like, of course I know this. I travel, like there's just a tourist tax that you pay no matter where you go, you know, even in Jamaica, and I'm very comfortable in Jamaica. Sometimes I get gypped there, but now I know the lay of the land, I know what to do. But his information is linked, and so that $80 was not something I planned for. And he was like, well, really, it was $100. I said, I almost didn't go with him. I called another contact that I had, and his information is linked in my bio, in my itinerary as well. Because he called me after, and I explained everything. He was like, dang, like that is kind of wrong. Like they should have gave you the full price in the very beginning. So I've linked their information because I've, again, met them personally. They showed me how they would have done business, and so they're linked as an option as well. Or you can go through my connect, who's like concierge, if you will. His information is linked. If you want to just start with him and be like, hey, I want to do this, and this, he can link it up. Tours, excursions, all the things. He can make sure that you're good. I'm running out of ice. Dang. So that's why I say whatever you have planned to double it. Because you're going to need it. Ish is going to pop up, okay? Those are 3 separate experiences where things popped up. But the beauty of saving is that it doesn't have to be difficult. I mean, it's difficult to save, but the avenues that you save in don't have to be difficult. And so I personally use a high yield savings account, which is basically a savings account on steroids. And so instead of the bank, you know how when we have like a car or a house or student loans, there's often interest because you're borrowing that money. You have to pay additional back because it's money that you didn't have that you needed. The opposite is with the high yield savings account. And so like you are holding this money in a savings account, which is FDI insured. You know, you can't find it at a Bank of America or Wells Fargo, but you can find it at other banks. And a lot of them are online banks. They pay you to, hold your money. So every month I'm earning interest on the money that I leave in that account. And so I have multiple high yield savings accounts, but I have one that is just for emergency savings. So if I were to get laid off, if I were to just have some emergency expense where I needed money, I can rest knowing that I have been saving every month like clockwork. Like I take money out of my income, my checks every month, and I put it in there. It's automatic at that point for that account. And then I have another high yield savings account where it's dedicated to my travels and my experiences. Because one thing I'm gonna do is travel, baby. Solo, girls trips. I haven't been on a vacation. I don't have a bag, but one day I'm gonna go on one. But I'm gonna have the money for that, okay? And I save it in there. Every check, I'm putting money in there because it's accumulating interest. So the larger amount that I have in there, the more money I'm able to earn on interest. So the interest that I'm earning right now with my account is 5.40. So whatever balance I leave in there, I'm earning 5% on essentially. So if I leave 1,000 in there and I'm earning 5%, that's $50, and that's an annual percentage yield. So if I were to not touch that money, I'd have $1,050 instead of just the $1,000 that I just would have saved in any other account. But imagine if I'm adding money every month, which I do. I add $200 every month to that account. So I'm going to end with a higher balance, which means that I have an opportunity to earn more money. So I have so many videos on this, but I do have a referral code linked in the description. If you are interested in high yield savings accounts, again, it's allowing you to earn more money without doing anything. You don't have to go get second jobs. You don't have to invest it. Like, it's literally a savings account that pays you to hold your money. And the goal is to continue to add money, because the more money you add, the more interest you get potential to earn. So if you have $5,000 in there with a 5% interest, baby, you getting a couple $100 to do nothing, So that is one of the main ways that I'm able to save. And as you can see, after my experiences, you need to have money saved because anything could go wrong. Things are going to go wrong. So just plan for them and know that you have the money to escape and handle the situations as needed. So the fourth thing that I want you to do, because that was a third, 1, 2, 3, that was a fourth. No, that was the third. The fourth thing that I want you to do when it comes to planning your first solo trip, Black Woman Edition, is to book with reputable companies, okay? Or at least a reputable person. So I already have my connects, obviously, in my itinerary. If you want to go to Belize, solo travel, definitely get my itinerary, baby. It's jam-packed. And you know I don't do nothing half-ass over here. I do good work. I do honest work. I do trustworthy work. And before I started connecting with people locally on the ground, I used to use Viator. You know, I have a link to my little page. If you want to see some of the excursions that I did, I'll link that of different things that I did in different cities. It's not even Belize Central. It's stuff that I did in Jamaica, stuff that I did in Colorado. Like, you can see what I did. They are reputable. So if it shits the fan, you can go through their company. Airbnb offers experiences as well. Now, it may be hard to get your money back on a place that you stay in, but the experiences, I've heard nothing but great things about their Airbnb experiences. I personally haven't booked one myself, but I have friends that have, and they've had wonderful things to say about it. So that's what I mean by reputable. If you're in Jamaica, for example, like Chukka Adventures, they have zip lining, they have the horseback riding, they have all the things, you know. So we always go through them because I've used them 3 or 4 times. At this point, they need to pay me. I've used them and I've helped my friends use them. Like, anyway, if you go to Jamaica, baby, Chukka is everywhere. It's in Montego Bay, it's in Ocho Rios. It's not everywhere because I don't think they're in Kingston. But ain't no excursions like that for real in Kingston anyway. Baby, that's the city. It's basically even New York and Jamaica. So you don't really need that. But I always go through a reputable company versus like you just randomly meeting somebody. I can do that now, but I've been on many trips, solo trips included. If this is your first one, I would say keep it simple or use my itinerary. I have personally vouched for these people. You'll have my email. You'll have all of my information to get to me if needed. But I'm not new to this. But if you're new to this, I say go through somebody reputable like me, okay, who is personally connected to these people, or go through these reputable companies. Viator, Chukka Adventures if you're planning to go to Jamaica, Airbnb experiences. Like, go through something that you can have an extra layer of protection in. And I think that's it, y'all. I said, you know, planning your first solo trip as a Black woman. Number 1, do your research. TikTok, Google, YouTube. Number 2, lie about being alone, okay? Do not let these people know that. Not everybody. Some people you can tell, but not everybody. Number 3, when it comes to planning your first solo trip, Black Woman Edition, is whatever you have planned to save, baby, double it. Do not play and use a high yield savings account. Please use it. 4 is to book with reputable companies or a reputable person. Again, anybody that I vouch for, know is solid. And I have one more here, y'all. I forgot to highlight it. So if you still watching, like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1K, y'all, and I want my tribe to come with me because I'm gonna do free trips. Not free, but I'm gonna start doing some group trips, okay? And y'all gonna have y'all money together, and y'all gonna have y'all points and y'all miles, which is my 5th tip, which is to save money by using points and miles with travel credit cards. Travel credit cards have changed the game for me, y'all. I'm gonna go put my ice up. I'm gonna pause the video. I'm gonna go put my ice. The 5th tip, like I said, is to save money when it comes to the booking of your flights, the booking of your hotels with points and miles. Points and miles essentially are things that have money. How do I explain them? They essentially are associated with money without being money, but you can redeem them the way that you would redeem money for the booking of flights and hotels, you know, and rental cars, you know. So just to like give an example, because I think I'm better with examples, but essentially you can use these points and miles to book flights, book hotels, book rental cars, instead of you using your money. And the way that you earn these points and your miles is with travel credit cards. And so I have a slew of travel credit cards. I don't recommend you have a slew. I recommend you start with one, and you use that travel credit card for the things that you already are doing. Don't go out and just be doing dumb stuff. Don't run it up. I use my travel credit cards when I go out to dinner. I use my travel credit cards when I pay my phone bill. I use my travel credit cards when I pay my utility bills, like my Wi-Fi, my security system, my gas, gas in my car, gas in my house, my electric bills. Like, I use it for everything except for my mortgage, because I can't. If I could, excuse me, I would. But they have changed the game for me. My flights to Belize, y'all, were free. I had to fly from Houston to Belize City, free. That was a $500, $577 to be exact, because I just checked in for my flight tomorrow. It was $577. I used points, y'all. That was like 50,000 points. I didn't have to spend it because I had already ran up them points with all the things that I had spent on all year. I have to pay bills every year. I have to pay bills every month. I go out to eat 2 or 3 times a month. 2 times a month. I don't eat out that much. But I have to get groceries every week. Like, this stuff adds up so easily. And instead of me using that $577, I can now use that $577 to go out to eat when I get to Belize. And I earn points on that. If they accept credit cards, 3 times the points. So if I spend $100 at dinner, I get 300 points, okay? My flight from Belize City to San Pedro, free. That flight was $100 round trip, free. That's $100 I got to keep in my pocket, and I just used 1,000 points for that. You see how I'm saving money already, baby? That way, that $577 plus that $100, that $677 now is play money. I've spent it on massages, which I'm about to go get right now on the beach. I've spent it eating fish, lobster, drinks. I have spent it on other things. And that is the beauty of points and miles, y'all. It saves you so much money on top of the added advantages. I don't even have to spend money at the airport to eat and drink. I get to go to the lounges for free, y'all. Unlimited drinks, alcohol, unlimited food. Eat all you want. Sit in there as long as you want to, baby. They like to give you time frames. I have sat in there for hours, okay? I'm saving money at the airport off rip. I got TSA pre-check. I got global entry. They give you a credit for that. That's $100 that you get back, okay? It is a game changer, y'all, and I talk about it in depth in my Luxury Living on a 9-to-5 Budget Masterclass. I walk you through my strategy for why I chose my cards, and I walk you through how to create your own strategy and choose the right cards for you so that you can get these free points, baby. You can get these free flights, these free hotel stays, these free rental cars. Like one of my hotels that I stayed in earlier, I booked that with points as well. It was 3-something. I think the room, I stayed there for 3 days. It was $328, and that's 32,000 points free for me because I already had the points. I had saved these points up from the year and used them to book all things Belize. Now, this hotel that I'm staying in, I had to pay for with my own money, but it was $358 for the 2 nights here, and it's a 2-bedroom. You can't see it, but if you watch my Belize vlog, you will. $328, and then I earned 10 times the points when I booked this one. So $328 times 10 is 3,200 points. 302. Let me just put it in, girl. I'm trying to tell y'all, and I don't even know. I'm trying to tell y'all, and I don't even know. Let me pull up my calculator because I'm not that good with my numbers. So 328 times 10, because I earned 10 times the points with one of my cards here, is 3,280 points. So now I'm earning points on vacation just for booking these things. I've earned points on the places that I've used my credit card at to eat, 3 times the points for that. I have earned points, 30,000 points to be specific, for this place that I booked because I earned 10 times the points, because it was 328 times 10. And one of my cards, I get 10 times the points when I book hotels and rental cars. So at this point, I'm already saving up enough points for my next trip, and I don't even know where I'm going. I don't have nothing else planned for the rest of the year, but who knows? I may be in St. Vincent. I may be in Grenada. I may be in St. Lucia. I don't know. My twin trying to go somewhere because we ain't take our twin trip yet this year, and we try to do one every year. So I might be covered for that if we go somewhere. Hopefully we don't, but I know she gonna bug me after she told me she gonna hit me up after Labor Day so we start playing. So yeah, I might be doing that. I might be having a free flight somewhere because I already have 60,000 points easily just from the things that I've done here, okay, and the stuff that I didn't use points on for this trip. So I'm a huge fan of travel credit cards. You must be fiscally responsible. If you already not paying off your debt, if you already got credit card debt, baby, don't get it. But if you are good with your money, if you know that you are a good steward, that you pay your bills on time, that you not out here just running it up and carrying balances from month to month, then definitely you should get a travel credit card. And again, I dive into my high yield savings accounts. I dive into other saving strategies, if I'm honest. In my Luxury Living on a 9 to 5 Budget Masterclass, I dive into traveling on a budget, again, with these travel credit cards, points, miles. I give you so much tea, baby, because this is my life. Like, I'm not getting paid to do any of this. This is because I'm so passionate about it and I want other Black women to experience this soft life. Like, I have felt like a princess, like a queen out here. Like, the fact that they upgraded me to a 2-bedroom, because I put on my thing it was 2 people, but I'm like, I need y'all to think it's 2 people, even though it's only me. And they were like, oh, we're gonna change your room to a 1-bedroom. We have you in a 2-bedroom. I said, leave it right where it is. I'll take that 2-bedroom. Thank you for the upgrade. So I just feel like I love this life and I want more Black women to experience this. Whether you're a single woman, married, child, without child, rich auntie, whatever. I just feel like Black women deserve these kind of experiences and we shouldn't have to spend all of our hard-earned money to do it. Like, there are other ways for us to create our dream lives and save money but still pay our bills, take the trips, and not feel like we in debt over it. Like, that's not what I want for us. I want us to be able to confidently live and create our dream lives and not be succumbed to what everybody else is doing online. Like, for me, I live within my means most of the time, 85% of the time, but it's much better than what I used to be, because I used to be a YOLO girl. I was a yes girl to everything, but that's not my life anymore. Now I spend according to what matters to me, and I know that I can earn points that can be redeemed for free trips. And for me, travel and experiences is something that I assign value to. So if that resonates with you, if you are a 9 to 5 earning Black woman and you want to travel more, if you want to take your first solo trip, I hope that this video has helped you. Again, if you want to join the gang, the Maximize Money Gang, and get the Luxury Living on a 9 to 5 Budget Masterclass, that is linked in the description. And for the month of September, y'all, when you buy it, I'm offering a free 30-minute, post-purchase, post-watch, one-on-one session with me. So if you have more questions or if you want to just dive a little deeper, I'm offering that if you purchase in September only. If you see this after that, I don't know what to tell you. You still should get it. Maybe I'll have something else going on. It'll be updated on my landing page, but all of the information is linked in my description. And if you want to hear from somebody else who is a part of the gang, who has purchased the masterclass, I'm gonna pop up Miss T on here. Her and I talked a lot about solo traveling because I spoke to her right before I came to Belize. So I'm gonna pop her video on the screen so you can hear about who she thinks the masterclass is for and what she's gained from it since she's watched it a few times. So this is about the masterclass. So who would you recommend the masterclass for?
Like a group?
Anybody, who, just whatever comes to mind. Who do you think this would be beneficial for?
My first thought was my friends, just because I'm biased because none of my friends around me want to talk about money. They want to talk about spending, but they don't want to talk about making. Mm-hmm. So the first thing I thought of was my peer group, my FYP. They're not talking about that. They're not thinking about that. But that's what's actually going on when you think about the consequences that you have to face in the future, in 3 months, So, like I say, I tell my friends about you.
All right, y'all. You heard it here first. I have so many other success stories on the landing page. Go ahead and click on it. Link in the description. But I hope that this helped you. If you have any other tips for other Black women that are some must-know safety. I'm sorry, that's a whole separate video, right? Nope, that's this video. Any other safety tips that you use personally, comment them below. This is a community, baby. I'm not the know-all be-all. But I hope that this has inspired you. I hope that you know where to start. Let me know if you like this kind of content, solo traveling Black woman content. I have so many other videos. I've done one so far on how to prepare financially, where we dive deeper into preparing money for your solo trips. I've talked about I have another one coming on choosing like hotels versus Airbnbs as a solo traveler. Like, all of it's still gonna be money connected because these are all money moves that we talking about. But it's also about living our best lives with the money that we already have and not stretching ourselves too thin, because we deserve to live a good life. But I don't want us to go into debt to make it happen. I don't want us to lay up under no man we don't like. I don't want us to beg and do unruly things just to be able to do these things. And so I hope that this inspired you, to start planning your first solo trip, Black Women Edition. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, y'all. Like, I'm serious about trying to get to this 1K. But I want the engagement. I want the community more, So comment. I'll comment back. Like, I'm gang, y'all gang. And I hope that this was helpful for you. So please share it with someone that you know can benefit from it. If you like this kind of content, please let me know that. And I will see y'all in the next video. If you have any other tips, anything else you have questions around, I'm happy to answer them either below or on another video, depending on how deep it is. So thank you guys for watching. I'm about to go to Secret Beach, which is near San Pedro, Belize. Give me this massage, y'all. It's $1 a minute. I've already went last week. I took my baby girl. My baby girl, her name Anna. I told her I'll be back, and I'm not kidding. But I need to check in my flight, put on some not sunscreen, because I already did that. Some more bug repellent. These mosquitoes in Belize and this sun in Belize is something different. This is crazy. This is great. Like, my leg, my arm, I just look horrible. And I'm supposed to go to dinner tomorrow with my friends. Thankfully, I think my dress covers a lot of this, but it don't matter. It's nighttime. I don't care. I'm single. I'm cute anyway. Okay. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm about to go get this massage. It's $1 a minute, y'all. I'm doing 60 minutes, and then I might eat my fish at my regular spot. All of that'll be linked in the description. Even my massage lady, baby, I'm gonna put her name in there. I'm gonna put the place that I get my good fish. Okay, it's this big. Rice and peas, plantain, coleslaw. Oh, it's so good. I'm excited. I ain't even ate and I've been drinking. Anyway, let me get off this thing so I can get up out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. See y'all on the next video. Peace. And watch my Belize vlog. It's good. It's a vibe. I'm a vibe, as you can see.